Alright. It looks like we're live, Coach. Well, I know the game's not over, folks, but there's 2 minutes left, and it's really bad for Miami now. The game is practically over. Well, with 2 minutes left, we'll start our post game, but I'll start. I'll officially start reading the notes when the game is officially over. And well, just gonna check the monitor now. And what I gotta do is go to settings first and turn on the Bluetooth. Gotta turn on the Bluetooth. The Bluetooth is on. Okay, so the Bluetooth is on, and let's see how it works.
Power on. Bluetooth pairing.
Okay, why isn't? Oh, okay. Okay,
Bluetooth.
okay. I've connected the Bluetooth, so now I can go into the channel now, the Sports News Review channel. Just to monitor the situation, and well, like I said, we're 2 minutes left. We'll start discussing the game. I'll start looking at the coach's notes as soon as the game is over, because the game is still in progress, and in case something really bad happens right now, which I hope not. Of course, earlier was the injury to Tua Tagovailoa. Was it Tagovailoa? And yeah, that was bad. That was too. I didn't. It's just one of those things where he ran for it and he didn't have to. And let's see. Okay, so I'm going there. It's live. Okay, let's see how far I am. Oh, I guess just straighten this out a bit. Okay, so we got the tablet running. Okay, got 92% battery, so I'm good there. Okay, so just have to let this game play out. This game has to just play out, and then we can start our post game. Read the notes. Okay, 7 pages. I just 7 page. That's lots to read for Coach Coyote. What a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Okay, so I got pages in order. It's commercial break right now. Less than 2 minutes left in the game. In the game. Okay, I'm just gonna get a quick soda in this mini fridge here. Quick drink of the soda in the mini fridge. Well, we're still not really in the post game, Coach. Coach is not happy with the way I'm already grabbing a refreshment. But the post game is coming up. It's a minute 57 left. The Bills got the ball. And then Josh Allen is on the bench right now. They got a first down. This is pretty well going to end this. Could end this right now. A couple of handoffs and it should be over. And they're showing that they're showing the concussion again, and it was just one of those deals where he didn't have to. He had the first down, but he went for the and then some. And even if he didn't have the first down, he should have just went down and no. So who's the backup number 11? Wasn't it? It's supposed to be Mitchell Trubisky, but all he did was a kneel down. It doesn't look like Miami's gonna even try to extend this game longer. So Josh Allen is on the sidelines, and that's got to help him with his left hand healing. Okay, so it should be Trubisky, correct? Okay, so uh, the Dolphin players are just okay. They're just going on the field. This is over. Okay, so and yeah, the game is over now. And okay, so now we'll start. Okay, so welcome to the NFL postgame Buffalo Miami with Coach Coyote, the official start. All right, behind the microphone is Coach Coyote. 5 minutes into the live stream, we start the postgame because the game was just not really. So it wasn't worth starting the live stream when the game ended because then it takes there's a lot of setup to do. So I wanted to get over with the setup. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll start with the observation notes. Okay, so we'll start with, on first page, page one of the coach's notes. And Buffalo deferred. Miami made a first down on first possession on 3rd and 13. Tua Tagovailoa gets intercepted by Bedford, the defender for the Buffalo Bills, deflection. Okay, so I'm just reading notes that the coach wrote, so I have to fill in the gaps also because I understand it's fast. If you write too many notes, it gets to be too much. But Buffalo's okay. Then Buffalo's first play, first for passing. Okay, first down passing. Kincaid gets a first down. No. Sorry, I made a mistake there, coach. Sorry. Kincaid gets 9 yards, then a first down by Cook. Okay, so on the first, so Buffalo's first possessions, it starts good. It starts really good for them, and then on the fourth and two on Miami's 17, Buffalo lines up. The Bills call timeout. Then a toss to Cook. James Cook turns it in for a touchdown. The extra point was good. Buffalo 7, Miami no score. And then Buffalo is set to kick off. Now, on Buffalo's. Okay, so on Buffalo's first possession, Buffalo's offense was in sync, and two notable plays. And there was two notable plays from Kincaid, and I didn't really hear his name after that. But on the first drive, Kincaid was really important. Okay, so then, but then Miami's second possession, the first play for 15 yards. So see, it started good. Miami was starting. They answered back with a 15-yard possession, and then so it was Tyreek Hill ran for a first down, like a little toss pass to Tyreek Hill. So then, Miami got another first down. Okay, so I'll go on page 2 here. Okay, so it's still the first quarter, and then at 5:54 with time remaining, and then 3rd and 4. Okay, Okay, so then I guess pass gets the ball on the Buffalo 1 year. Okay. Okay. There's a okay. So Miami. Okay, I remember this now. I looked up when I seen this play. So Miami ends up on the first down, first 1 yard line. Sorry, coach. He ends up on the. They end up on the 1 yard line of Buffalo, but a penalty. It's hard to believe that a penalty can really just throw it for a loop because then it was the next play. But it didn't affect them too much because for some reason Buffalo's defense was not fell asleep. Because it was just a simple pass from Tua Tagovailoa, and I forgot the receiver's name. Sorry about that, Coach. But to a well, and then it was just a walking touchdown where the Miami Dolphin player just kind of just walked in for the touchdown, and the extra point was good. So Miami was the kickoff, and then so the defense for Buffalo had they had like no answers for Miami's offense at that time. This is like the game. Like this is my thoughts. I wrote down on the coach's note. I said, coach wrote it down that is, oh, he's saying that the defense for Buffalo had no answers for Miami's offense, and I was just that's an observation during the game, which that's why Sports News Review, we don't have a Twitter the old Twitter page these days, because I could have imagine on official Sports News Review Twitter page. I tweeted out the Buffalo has no answer for Miami's offense, and meanwhile, come on. I wish then that's one tweet I would like to take back. Okay, so on 3rd and 1, and then later on in 3rd and 1, Josh Allen drops the snap. But the pass gets deflected when Josh Allen picked up the ball. The pass gets deflected, and then Buffalo punts. Okay, so defenseman. I'm saying that the defensive adjust. Now this is the coach right now. What I said, just to defensive adjustments needed for Buffalo. Buffalo needs the defense to force Miami to punt. Okay, but you see, that's another one of those deals where if you tweeted that one out, you kind of regret tweeting it out, because then Tua Tagovailoa, Miami Dolphins quarterback, and then it throws a second interception. So the Buffalo takes over at the Miami 44. And then, well, the first quarter ended with Buffalo having the possession after that interception. So now we'll go to the third page. Okay, so on the third page, and then we got we got the coach's notes here. The third page of the coach's notes. Okay. So then on 3rd and 7, on Miami's 33, around the 33, Buffalo's Josh Allen throws an incomplete pass, but then Tyler Bass on 4th and 7 kicks a 43-yard field goal. So that was the scoring drive for Buffalo, and then Buffalo was 10 and Miami was 7. So Buffalo is going to be set to kick off. Now Miami has another possession, and it's in the second quarter, and Miami starts on their own 30-yard line. Then okay, so this is where Coach writes down my thoughts at the time. I was like, okay, so Tua Tagovailoa has thrown 2 interceptions. Tua needs to shake them off and get the offense going. First 2 plays are run plays, and then there was a second penalty. Then it became 2nd and 17 for Miami. Then Tua flips the ball, and then which goes for a good run. So it's 3rd and 3. The 3rd and 3 was the incomplete pass, and then Miami had to punt. That Buffalo takes over at their own 15-yard line. Now that was crucial. That 3rd and 3. I mean, if they would have, it could have been a different game on that 3rd and 3 if they would have made it, because. Yeah, it would have just right there is that 3rd and 3. That really, that punt. Yay! But this is early in the game still in the second quarter, and it's just the second half. We're not getting to the second half. I think there's at the time you thinking, there's still a game going. So okay, so then. I'll read some more coach's notes. Okay, so the 1st and 10 on the Buffalo, that's the Buffalo Bills, 1st and 10 on their own 15-yard line. Okay, so and it was, but going back to it, was hard to tell. Like for Miami's quarterback Tua Tagovailoa, it was hard to tell if he didn't shake off those interceptions yet. And then the penalty threw Miami for a loop, and it was just a self-inflicted woundness, It just okay. So, but with 10:41 left in the second quarter, okay, Jordan Poyer, defensive player for Miami, gets a personal foul. Well, he hits the Buffalo receiver on the helmet with his helmet. So it was a helmet to helmet hit, and it wasn't intentional. I wouldn't. It wasn't flagrant. It wasn't worth like this. I wouldn't have kicked Jordan Porter out of the game on that one. But you had a 15-yard penalty must be given because you have to be more in control. Coach. So this is all my opinion, Coach. Like you got to be more in control. Well, Coach agreed. You have. We're professionals here, and especially if you're a college player, you really need to be in control because you're not playing professional here. You're just a fellow student. You're hitting hard, helmet to helmet hit, ruining other people's lives, just playing a game. So that was the penalty, and then go on page 4 here. It's okay. So we're still in the second quarter. Then on 3rd and 12, Josh Allen throws a pass. Okay, ends up. Ends up on the Miami 1 yard line. So then the pass on 3rd and 12, Josh Allen throws the ball and ends up on the Miami 1 yard line. And then after the play, James Cook. I'm sorry. On the next play, Buffalo's James Cook on the next possession runs in for a touchdown, and the extra point is good. See, excited about that, Coach. I should just read Coach's notes right here instead of trying to improvise too much. And I mistakenly said Miami. Probably you said Miami player. Okay. So then it's now Buffalo 17 and Miami 7. Okay, so well, this is what I thought at the time. So Coach wrote it down. So I have a thought. Okay, so like it looks okay. So it looks really good for Buffalo, but there's still time left in the half, and still another half to go. Oh, wishful thinking at the time. See, that's another one where a Sports News Review tweet on that one. It would have been like, I would like to take that one also back. And how many you can't take these tweets, you can delete these tweets, but people don't like it when people delete tweets if it's like a professional sports news review. It's like you can't delete your tweets. That's the thing. I don't have, like I said, I don't feel like getting. I can't. I still call it Twitter. I don't. I kind of wish it was like my opinion. You should have had Twitter for professionals, like the Sports News Review would want to be on Twitter, and the X for personal. Like if anybody wants to do personal stuff on X, but that's just my opinion. And I would have really liked it. I would have went. I would have really went. I would have. I would have liked Twitter. Stay the name Twitter for the professionals, and for like the way I'm like doing like Sports News Review. And I could have tweeted this, and we could have, I would just have a good laugh and say, like I tweeted that out at the time, but that's at the time, and by the end of the fourth quarter, your tweets are like, hey, yeah, I didn't really want to tweet those, but then I didn't because we don't have Sports News. We will not get a Twitter account. Well, because there is no Twitter account, it's X, and I don't know if it's too messy. And, people's opinions fly everywhere, and it's just might get out of hand, and I don't need that. I don't need other people's out of hand comments. Just no way of tracking it down to say, hey, you're gone from my account. I don't know how it works. I don't. I don't. Like I said, doing this live stream, and I'm only one, and there's no one chatting. I'm looking at the chat line right now, and I don't want no weird like weird things that come up with burner accounts, they say, and like you know, like does someone care if they get permanently banned on someone else's YouTube channel for the comments when they they- like so whatever. It's like let's that's there are people out there that can ruin other people's fun, and like I said, we're not. This is not a profession like as in we're not big time. We don't have many people just doing this for fun and playing this back later on for myself. I don't, whatever. Okay, so we'll go back to where I was saying that I said that it looks really good for Buffalo right now. That one, okay, so that one and a half still to go. Yeah, okay. Yeah, at the time it seemed like it. Okay, it seemed like there's still a game left. There's still a game. Yeah, well, at the time it seemed like it. Okay, so then Buffalo set the kick off. The Miami took over on their own 30-yard line. Okay, and then I had a thought that the coach wrote down. It's for me to read because if I wanted to read this live stream, okay, Miami needed. This is my thought. Miami needed to answer back with a score, but with 450 time remaining in third and one. Okay, so and then Buffalo defense stops Miami instead of punting, man. Okay, so then Miami went for it. Tua gets sacked by Buffalo's Ed Oliver, and that what Miami needed. That was a time we still, my opinion, coach. This is off script because it's not even on the script here. Uh, right now, I'm thinking that this crucial junction of the game, I think I would have played it old school punting. I wouldn't have went. It was still not the game was still attainable. This is like way before Tua's injury, so the game was still attainable. Okay, and well, it's like I said, not what Miami wants. Miami needs a big. Okay, so then at the time, I'm saying this coach, Coach Coyote, and then he's writing it down for me. Uh, not what Miami needed. Miami needs a big defensive stop, or it's a huge climb back in this game. And yeah, so Buffalo's offense looks good without relying on Josh Allen to run. Yeah, so that was the big one. Like Josh Allen didn't need to as they say, put on that cape and run and fly like Superman over players, leap over taller. What's that? Able to leap over tall buildings. Able to leap over defensive players. That totally didn't need that for Josh Allen. Injuries can happen. Okay, so but it's 3:36 and Buffalo scores a touchdown on a run from James Cook. Now it's Buffalo 24 on Miami 7. Okay, then my thoughts were Miami is not really in need to score points before the half ends. Okay. So then at the 2 minute warning at the first half, at the 2 minute warning of the first half, I said that Miami needs to score. And it looks like the Dolphins are comfortable with just short passes and hope to get yards after the catch. And I was kind of like, I just, I was, Coach. At this point in the game, it really seemed that Miami is just searching for offensive answers without going for that long ball, like long throw. And okay, and I was like, I put down Miami needs to kick a field goal. They really need to kick a field goal. Okay, so then, but Miami really needs to. Okay, so this is now we're at halftime, and Miami really needs to regroup Yeah, yes, they're down by 14 points. Okay, they're down by 14 points at the half. Okay, now it's two scores. You could have you had a half. There was still like okay now there's still a slight hope to make this a game. Okay, so we're lucky. Okay, now this is a halftime. Okay, but the second. Okay, so we got the third quarter that starts. Okay, so the third quarter it starts, and then Buffalo is going to receive. Okay, so I said, what was it? I guess Buffalo. Oh, the Buffalo punts on. Oh, that's what you put down. Sorry, I was thinking that you said you put down points. I know you got to write fast. I understand, Coach. You got to write fast. It's tough to do notes and if you're just doing it old school by hand, pen and paper, it's really tough. Okay, so Buffalo punts on their first possession of the second half. Okay, so that see now when Buffalo punted at the time, Coach, this is off script, and I was like, okay, this is still a chance. There's still a slight chance to make this a game. Okay, but Miami takes over on their own, 11-yard line, and then Tua throws a third interception. Yes, this ended up with the pick six. Okay, that was that third interception that ended up in a pick six. Okay, now this is what I thought at the time, and Coach wrote it down, and it's this is my thought at the time. Now it was Buffalo's. Now it was Buffalo 31, Miami 10. Tua Tagovailoa is what I put is obviously having a bad game. No, what was I thinking by saying that? Obviously, he's having, yeah. At this time, the next Miami possession might be Tua's last chance to stay in the game. See, at the time, I was thinking, Coach, well, Coach, that's what I said. Like, well, Coach, I wouldn't want the quarterback switch for Miami. This is what I'm saying to Coach at the time of the game. This is like while the game is going on. This is not after Tua's injury. Okay, so at the time it was like there's a possibility that we might have a quarterback switch, and at the time it seemed like it was very feasible and before the injury happened. But then Miami's on the third and three. Third and three, and then it's like Miami was on the third and three on the Buffalo 13. It gets a loss. Oh, this is where it happens. Okay, so then before Tua got hurt, I'm thinking like I feel bad about it now, but this is this was what I was thinking at the time before Tua got hurt. Is like, well, they might just substitute Tua, and this is where Miami third and three on the Buffalo 13 gets a loss, but then Miami goes for it on the goes for it on a run. So then Tua Tagovailoa runs for it. Uh, he made the first down, but he did for some. And this is I remember. I think he just too many like yards. He didn't slide. He went forward, which I don't understand. How does a player like he didn't even think, like that has a bad concussion problem, goes head first into a defender, and it's not. It's Demar Hamlin of all players. It's not Demar's fault. He didn't hit him with his shoulder in the head. He didn't. Oh, it was Tua that ran into Demar Hamlin head first, practically because he didn't slide. I, I felt I was like I put oh no. Remember I said in coaching wrote it down. Oh no. I didn't know what to think. I'd seen two of our. I'm like, oh my gosh, two of Tiger Wells is lying down on the field. It's like it was scary. It was the way he didn't bond at first. But he did. It was scary the way he was just the way his head went back with the hit from leg of Damar Hamlin's. But then once again, we can constantly ask, why didn't Tua Tagovailoa? This is off script. This is off script. Why didn't he slide? Why didn't you slide, Tua? I wouldn't have cared if you didn't make the first down. You just live for another down series. Gets to sit on the bench. It's better to have Tua Tagovailoa sitting on the bench with no concussion than to leave the game the way he did. And it was so scary. Like he got when he just was lying there and just like the way his body quivered. It seemed like it to me. It was like I didn't. And then it just laid motionless for a bit. And like, oh please don't let this. He didn't walk off. Did walk off on his own power, but that's still not good enough for me. I would have definitely just like everything checked, neck injury. Yeah, he's gonna probably be going for CAT scans. I mean MRIs in the morning or even tonight. Who knows if the Miami Dolphins have their own MRI machine? Who knows? But that's a very expensive thing to have. But they might have they might have maybe a deal with a private clinic where they can just get him in the morning and see what's going on and just check to make sure the brains everything's working. Just okay. Then Skylar Thompson comes in and he's taking over. He did get the first down. But let's see. Now it's but on it was like they got the first down, but on the fourth down they went. I still would have just went for a field goal, or at least to get 3 points. I would have went for the field goal if I was, but no, Miami went for it. They went for it, and Von Miller gets a sack, and that was like, okay, thank you. That's what Von Miller needed. If you're a Buffalo Bills fan, you're like, oh, but it's exactly what Von Miller needed. But now the thought was, well, yeah, Von Miller gets a sack on Skylar Thompson. Okay, so then Miami's quarterback Skylar Thompson, and now it's like, well, now it's Buffalo's game to just end it with the clock management where no hurry to get the play off, get it off at the last second. Okay, so we're on our last page of coach's notes because so it's hard to believe it's still the third quarter with all this. With 2:50 left in the third, Buffalo takes over at their own 16. It was our 16-yard line, something like that, right, Coach? Correct, Coach? Is that correct, Coach? Yeah. And then on the next two plays, Buffalo gets a first down. So it was okay. So then, and then third, it seems like Jonathan Kincaid he got a pass on the last play of the third quarter. Okay, so that was, and then we're into the fourth quarter, which it was becoming like, ending the game. This is off script right now, Coach. It seemed like, well, when is Buffalo just gonna try to end this game now? It just seemed that way to me. And okay, so then the fourth quarter, Buffalo punts, and then you're thinking, oh, okay, Buffalo punts. Okay, so then Miami quarterback Skylar Thompson is going to get his first full series, and then this Miami turns over the ball on downs. Okay, it's like okay, Uh, and then Buffalo takes over, and then at 7:54 with time remaining, honest thing happened. Tyler Bass kicked the field goal wide left, and then it was Miami's last gasp for any chance to do anything positive, and that didn't happen. And then I started the and then they started the live stream with 2 minutes left in the game, and it was pretty well. There's not much to mention now. Okay, so that's pretty well it. You could tell that the fourth quarter was just mostly to get this game over with, and just three. Just I'm looking now. Looking at that second interception. You looking at it too, Coach, on the monitor? The second interception, Coach. It was like, what was that? What was that? Okay, so we're seeing the it says how, and they're asking on this channel here. It says, how were the Bills able to shut down the Dolphins? It's pretty well. The Dolphins did it to themselves. And Jalen Phillips didn't really have a good game. They they had an answer for Jalen Phillips, and they must have double teamed him, or maybe he's just not 100% yet because he didn't really factor into this game like I thought he was going to. But I knew if Jalen Phillips would have factored into this game, it would have been a whole different game where Buffalo's quarterback Josh Allen would have probably tried running more, and that would have been. I didn't like I said, Coach. We do Buffalo Bills live streams, but I didn't want to do a Buffalo Bills live stream this game because I was very exhausted, and I got the NFL news getting ready for NFL news. I fixed the board up for the NFL news with Sylvester. I'm hoping to do the news tomorrow and see. But I got when we wrap up here, we're done for the night because it's quarter to midnight, and we're doing a post game, and it's I'll we'll just listen to the radio. We'll put on catch any AM station that's talking about the game, and we'll like Coach is gonna retire for the night, and tomorrow morning he's gonna be up and looking over some of the plays. You probably watch the game again in the morning. Just with the way the cable boxes are, it's so easy to get the replay. And like I said, back in the day, it was the old TiVo. You don't really TiVo it. You don't have to TiVo it up anymore. Cable boxes record now. And you just go back and watch the game, and they're going to show the game on the NFL. I mean, we do have a cable package where I have the NFL Network, so I'll, Coach and I will probably watch the game again, and yeah. So, let's just look at what they're saying on the television. If we are we going to try to keep our live stream going? Well, they're showing plays where Tua Tagovailoa was just like this. Oh yeah, he was doing some really good handoffs. Like, oh, that's not going to win you games here. I mean, it's just I don't know. It's this how would you sum up Miami's season so far, and I'm like, well, we'll see. Well, we'll see. I don't expect. I wouldn't even put Tua Tagovailoa in next game. It's still early in the season, and just put Skylar Thompson in. I would sit out Tua Tagovailoa for one game. That's my opinion. That's just my opinion, Coach. Even if he's cleared, I wouldn't put him in. I mean, we'll just go 2 weeks. Uh, just like he needs to not do any exercising, anything for a couple of days. I mean, and the optics of his head injury, just the way his head, it looked bad. It looked really bad. And when I said it earlier, Coach, the reaction was like when he and Coach was like reassured me that everything should be okay, everything should be okay, and I'm like, well, Coach, I'm hoping you're correct, and we'll see, Coach. Hey, like I know you just want to best for Tua Tagovailoa. That's it. I mean, the coach, coach has been through this as coach player back in the day, and he's had his share of seeing players injured, and yeah, and he's seen players, injured and career over, and because he played in a lot of the semi-pro leagues, and like players like when they got injured, it's like it's best I just walk away from this game, and it's not working out, and so it wasn't an easy job to be Coach Coyote for a semi-pro league back in the day, and being the coach player in the semi-pro league, and so, well, right now they're looking. Josh, sorry, Buffalo Bills head coach Sean McDermott is at the podium right now, and let's see. Okay, he's just talking about all the positives. He's going nice and positive. This, I would never go. I wouldn't if I'm Sean McDermott, the coach. This is my opinion, and I would not. In my opinion, is like I wouldn't. Sean McDermott. Don't talk about any negatives really, because Buffalo pretty well won this game before the fourth quarter. And pretty well, the game was out of hand for Miami. Things weren't going so well, but they still got Sean McDermott on the podium. And, okay, so he just mentioned that he's glad there was a win in a short week, and then now Buffalo's got a couple extra days to recover to their next game. Okay, so we're 43 minutes into the live stream, and we did a lot of analysis, and I feel good about this one, Coach. That we can. I want to end this at 45 minutes. So we'll try to end this right at 45 minutes. Okay, so we got 43:22 onto the live stream, and we've got not much to say except I don't know. We could talk about the lighting system, which I'm kind of satisfied with the lighting system, Coach. It's nighttime, and with those two lights off, it would be completely dark. So buying that, this where it's like your dollar Rammer Marts, one of those. I forget which one it was. This long, nice bar thing, and it's gonna be nice. Well, we got 43 minutes. Okay, 45 minutes. I got another one in the window that's on the red light, but and then this one is going to be really nice at Christmas time to do this. Okay, Coach, I'll just have fun. We'll just kind of like I like the for you. I like the orange. Let's see what happens if I can do orange light. Yeah, it's too it's kind of
it's kind of good. Okay, I guess red light would be no good. I don't think the red. No, the red light looks like you're bad. You're pissed off at something. Okay, so there's the orange light, which really highlights you, and get back to the white light. Okay, so a little bluish, but okay. Okay, so we got 44, 48 left, and we're going to end it, Coach, and we're ending at the 45-minute mark. We'll try right at the 45-minute mark. Okay, so for both Coach Coyote and I, both of us are saying over and out.